Why shouldn't a private institution, in the interest of promoting a safe environment, use an even lower standard than a preponderance of evidence, like a reasonable likelihood standard?
Right. Private institutions operate under different rules than the public ones because the Constitution doesn't necessarily apply. So that question has been answered in the public institutions, and that due process is paramount, and due process requires reasonable determinations, which you don't get under the even lower standards than preponderance. Prior to the Department of Education
So is
mandate,
the lowest standard you can use under due process is preponderance of evidence?
the lowest standard you can use in a court for the fact-finding portion would be
Well, but I think we're talking about,
that's-
again, now, so if you're saying it would be a public university, can they say we want to use a reasonable likelihood standard for purposes of expulsion or whether a student can
I
re-enroll?
don't think that would have any chance of satisfying a due process challenge. But I also
But
would
a
say
preponderance of evidence would,
no. I mean, a preponderance of the evidence can, in some circumstances, pass it and could fail in others, depending on what other procedural protections it's coupled with.
Okay.
When a preponderance of the
it
evidence,
seems like we ought to provide more of a legal framework then that allows a reasonable likelihood standard or a preponderance of evidence standard. I mean, if there's 10 people that have been accused and, under a reasonable likelihood standard, maybe 1 or 2 did it, seems better to get rid of all 10 people. We're not talking about depriving them of life or liberty. We're talking about their transfer to another university
let's
for
be
crying out loud, or
more.
they go do something else.
Let's be clear about this. That is not what we're talking about.
Let me move on. I have a question for Ms. Mance. I want to thank you for your